What's going on, guys? Tyson Brown here. So a lot of you guys have been asking me lately about meal timing. Does it matter? How many times should you be eating in a day? What if you missed out on a meal? What's going to happen to your body? And the first thing I want to tell you guys right now is that it does not matter when you eat. It doesn't matter when you eat or how much you eat or how often you eat. So let's say you're somebody who got told that you have to eat every 3 hours because it's going to increase your metabolism and it's going to make it faster. Well, they've actually done studies to prove that, and the results, there's no difference. They compared people who ate 3 times a day to people who ate 4 times a day to people who ate 5 times a day to people who ate 8 times a day. And after they finished all the tests, do you know what happened? There was no difference between the people. And that's because our bodies, if you think about this, right? If you think about back in the primal days where like our ancestors, if they couldn't kill something, or if they didn't have any berries or anything around bushes, or they didn't have any potatoes in the ground where they were, and they couldn't eat for a day or two, that would mean they would die out pretty quickly and we wouldn't exist. But our bodies actually adapted to be able to go without food for a certain amount of time. So our muscles aren't going to catabolize in 3 hours if we don't eat enough food. Or if we don't, you know how people wake up in the middle of the night to have a protein shake, or you hear, have cottage cheese before you go to bed, so that way, you know, you're not losing muscle during the night, and it just doesn't happen like that. Our bodies are designed to be able to hold muscle mass and hold our body fat and hold everything else for a couple of days without eating, because otherwise we would be extinct by now. So I'm wiping that off the table. It doesn't matter when you eat. Let's say here's another thing. Let's say you ate like 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and somebody told you that you have to eat every 3 hours to stoke the metabolism, but you couldn't fit that in. Like, it's actually causing you more stress to try and get those meals in, like to try and work around when you're working, to actually try and get that food in. You could actually be doing more damage to yourself because you're raising cortisol levels, you're raising stress hormones, and you could actually be holding on to body fat instead. So get that idea out of your mind, guys. I just want to tell you right now, it does not matter when you eat, but what does matter is how consistent you are. So if you're somebody who eats 3 times a day, you want to keep that same routine, because if you're erratic with your food, that's when it can start causing you problems. So think about that. It doesn't matter how many meals a day you eat, it doesn't matter what times you eat, but you cannot be erratic. Eat consistently the same time every day. If you eat at 6 a.m., 12 p.m. and then 6 a.m., keep it to that time. I mean, 1 or 2 days thrown around doesn't really matter, but don't go, today I'm going to eat at 6 p.m., 12 p.m. and then 6 p.m. and tomorrow I'm going to eat at 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and then 9 p.m. Your body likes to stay in some type of routine. So it doesn't matter when you eat. So if you've been stressing about, if you've been trying to consume 6 or 9 meals a day and it's not working, reduce it. For me, I actually do intermittent fasting because it's more convenient, and I only eat twice a day. And I don't eat any time until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'll start consuming food. It works for me. I'm losing fat and I'm not losing any muscle. So that's the video for today, guys. I hope it was informative. If you've got friends who just swear by this method and like, no, you have to eat every 3 hours, make sure you tag them in this so they can watch it. And if you have any other questions, make sure to comment down below. So the question of the day is, how often have you guys been eating? Do you eat 3 times a day? Do you eat 6 times a day? Do you eat once a day? Comment down below and why. Until next time, speak to you then.